Sarah Breedlove started with $1.50 in a dream. The cotton fields called her a sharecropper. The laundry tubs whispered, "Stay in your place." She said, "No, I'm focusing on myself." Born free in 1867 to parents who were not, orphaned at 7, married at 14, widowed at 20, life gave her every reason to give up. Instead, she moved to St. Louis, scrubbed clothes by day, went to night school, and sang in the African Methodist Episcopal Choir. The rhythm of those washboards turned into the beat of her own invention. Hair loss hit her hard. The chemical burns from harsh soaps left her scalp raw. Friends told her to hide under a scarf. Sarah called it what it was, a call to invent something better. She mixed oils on her stove, created a scalp treatment, and called it Wonderful Hair Grower. When she married an ad man named Charles Walker, she took his surname, but she chose her own title, Madam. She wasn't just selling pomade. She was selling self-prioritization in a world that told Black women to be invisible. Her Walker System scalp prep, lotion and iron comb became a self-care strategy before hashtags existed. Instead of door-to-door shame, she built a sales force of beauty culturalists, teaching thousands of women mindful decisions about their own hair, money, and freedom. I gotta say, that had me thinking, how many of us are still afraid to set personal boundaries and invest in ourselves? By 1905, she moved to Denver with $1.05s, divorced a husband who couldn't keep up, and reinvested her profits into a factory and beauty school. Jim Crow laws said she couldn't vote. She created her own laws of success. By the time she died in 1919, Madam C.J. Walker employed tens of thousands of Black women and men across the United States, the Caribbean, and Central America. She paid her staff well, demanded they save and donate to charity, and founded the National Negro Cosmetics Manufacturers Association. She donated to the YMCA, Tuskegee Institute, and anti-lynching campaigns. Talk about women mindfulness. She didn't just find herself first. She helped others find themselves too. Funny how self-care is trending now while Walker's story still sits on the shelf. Today we post quotes about self-prioritization and personal boundaries, but in the early 1900s, she taught women to set them. Her hair grower funded scholarships, mansions, and civil rights. That's culture, freedom, law, money, and invention wrapped in one jar. It's giving empowerment with a side of audacity. They watched. We felt. They learned. We bled. So tell me, how do you practice self-care when the world writes you off? What personal boundaries are you still afraid to draw? If you didn't learn about Madam C.J. Walker in school, now you do. Share your thoughts on self-prioritization, and let's talk about the pioneers who taught us to put ourselves first and change culture forever.